hold up. Don't go just yet. Listen, it's good to see you. And I hope you're doing all right. And I hope that today was dope. But I was thinking about something. And I wanted to ask you. Have you talked to God about it? Have you brought that situation to God yet? It's so easy to get caught up in religious rituals and just checking things off a box and just going to church and just going to the meetings and just going and go. And 1 second, please. All of that is fine, and I'm not here to negate any of it. I love going to fellowship. I love going to hang with the people and going to see God's people. But when that replaces our relationship with God, there's an issue. And normally it looks a little something like super drained, spiritually just tanked, spiritually just starved. And I'm not saying this out of condemnation. I'm not saying this because I want to try to make you feel bad. But I was thinking about it in my own life. Every time that I fell or every time that I began to stumble, it's because that relationship got broken. And it normally starts very slowly. It starts with, I'll pray later. Or, well, I'm going to church later, so I don't need to do this right now. And listen, this happens to the best of us. But sometimes we just need to get back to that simple heart of worship. That heart of worship to remember that the God of the universe wants to be in relationship with you, wants to love you, wants to know more about you, and wants to bless you. It's when our perspective of God changes or shifts to think that he's just up there somewhere, that he's just out there, that, he's just up there. We lose sight of him being our Father, of us being his child. So just type in the chat for me and say, I got that heart of worship. It's when we shift our focus and when we begin to focus our attention on how good God is, that our situations feel like they start to change. Everything around us starts to look different and everything starts to feel different. And no, it's not going to happen right away. This is something you have to program yourself to think, you know what? Okay, I'm worrying right now. It's time to get back to that heart of worship. But how does any of that happen? Hold on 1 second. Jesus said it best in John 15:5. He said, I am the vine. You are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. So what Jesus is basically saying is remain in him. And when we remain in him, that's when the fruit starts to grow. That's when everything starts to make sense. And then we begin to experience that peace again. And honestly, God is just trying to restore that relationship that he had with us back in the garden. It was the shame and the guilt that separated Adam and Eve from God. So when we look back at every single story, it's to show us. It's to show us the heart of the Father. So I don't know about you, but I just love getting back to that heart of worship. So Lord, take us back to that heart of worship. I released a word yesterday at church, and God's been really sitting on me today to release it over you as well. And he was showing me somebody that was very depressed, that's lack of motivation, that is just feeling drained and just not feeling like you just got the wind knocked out of you. But I want to prophesy over you right now that lack of motivation is gone right now. That's tiredness and depression is gone right now. Just receive it. Just receive it. I'm seeing somebody getting free right now. I see you right now getting free from that depression, that it is dissipating off of you right now. That heaviness that's been on you these past couple days is gone right now. In Jesus' mighty name, I prophesy it over you, and I prophesy freedom over you, and I prophesy right now over you that you are set free. In the mighty name of Jesus, just receive it. And listen, I love you so much. If this helped you, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and follow if you're not already. Smash that like button. And listen, just leave in the comments. Say, God, help me get back to that heart of worship. All right, I love you.